This is Brian, and welcome back to this commentary playthrough of Lufia 2. Yeah, we're in the ancient cave, and I'm like 493 or something. And last part here, we started going a lot faster through here. And yeah, if you'll see, I am almost 10 hours into the ancient cave total. Which, I mean, that's longer than a lot of regular games for SNES. Now, as far as just an RPG, it'd be fairly short. So after I started facing the gold dragons, I fought one and decided I didn't want anything to do with that, especially since it was only one of them, and I had a surprise attack against it, and it still almost wiped me out before I got to run away. So I decided to skip all the dragons, so we've been going through here a lot more quickly now. Okay, sleep rod, power potion. I'll fight this guy. And we did get in first, so get at least one of them out of the way before. Okay, maybe two if they hit the same guy. There we go. Yeah, so if I don't run across too many enemies I want to fight, mainly saying if I don't find anything other than dragons, we might be able to finish it up today. At most, probably tomorrow. Now, it's also possible that I'll accidentally run into a dragon and get wiped out, so maybe I don't finish it. Either way, though, I'm not going to come back in here. And I'm done feeding my capsule monster, so... Is there another way to get to that? Connect to that door? Okay, yeah, probably just down through here. So I feel confident that we're done with everything on this floor that I want to do. So let's... down to 94. Okay, let's just do the bottom one here, because it'll probably connect up to the other one. No enemies so far. Still no enemies. Kind of ominous. Yeah, I wanted to make him move one more up just in case he stepped down before I got a chance to get out of there. Okay, I got a bunch of dragons guarding the staircase. Wow. I'm gonna go over and check out this other room first, but there are a ton of dragons in there. Just a damn potion. Now, even at this point, I would not necessarily assume that every dragon is going to be a gold dragon. There could still be silvers and coppers. But I just can't really... I don't feel like fancying it. Can I get him to move far enough to the left? Maybe I can at least see what's in here. Yeah, at least he can't touch me, I guess, while I'm here. Okay, This is getting, probably, we're going to get to the point here where I'm not that worried about what's over here. Yep. He's going to be a block, it looks like. Now let's try to deal with this room. Oh boy. We're just going to go. Hope I didn't miss anything good. I think those are the first treasures I've skipped so far. But honestly, it's like once every 25 or 30 treasures seems like you actually get something decent. Most of them are just potions that I'm never going to use. Even like the miracles and the X potions at this point, yeah, I don't really foresee ever using those. Or a boomerang, another thing. Well, here is the staircase, so let's go back and see if we can find anything else. Start some nerf. Yeah. You can do that, that can hit me. We'll see. Okay, yeah. That's fine. Do not perish. Good. I think we're safe enough to just plow through here. Oh yeah. And we're all up to level 72, by the way. 70 also, I guess is what I was trying to say there. Not the number 72. Ah, okay. That's just back around there. And a light knife. Something I found within the first 10 floors, I think. Yeah, maybe not, I don't know. Either way, it's certainly not better than what I got. Okay. This must have been it. Yeah. And I'll try to fight this guy too. Wonder if I'll see anything else but these dark summoners and the dragons from here on out. Okay, looking good. Down to 96. Lucky Blade. Yeah, I don't know. That could be... I really wouldn't know what to expect that to be, good or bad. Okay. Not good. I didn't need much of a heal, but might as well keep it high just in case. And is this all this floor is? No, not quite yet. Another piece of crap. Alright, come here, summoner. Okay, good. Get rid of 2 of them. So hopefully he summons, yeah, and then just does something weak. I'm not even gonna heal that. Let's just go. Another worthless item. Another thing I don't need. I got a couple more doors here, so. I don't remember if I've seen one of those or not. Let's go get this summoner. I guess I probably should have checked out that rod before, but I get the feeling it's not going to be something I'm going to put on anybody anyway. Yeah, since I'm not going through here again, I'm not worried about it. I haven't been paying that much attention, but I would certainly recommend if you're trying to do this, if you haven't played this game before, and I'm just assuming that most people that have, what you would do is you would track of the items, like make a list on a notepad or something, or on your computer of the items that you picked up in blue chests, because it doesn't seem to tell you or give you any indication of that in the game. And by that, I mean you just want to do that just so you don't accidentally feed those to your capsule monster or just throw them away. Because even if they seem like crap now, they might be pretty dang good to start out your next trip through the cave. I think I did have one of those before, and I tried it, and Lizard Blow is still better for her. Yeah, look at his attack. It's at 777. That means he should get like an extra special good attack, right? Okay, avoid the dragon. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to move around too much there and make them move towards me. I just got to remember where the staircase was. I think it's down back over here. Yeah. Here we go. Down to 97. This one's easier to get. Metal Mail. Go down first. Got one of my summoners to fight here. Yeah, since there have been a few of these guys still showing up, we'll probably end up going for more than one here. I won't finish up today. We'll go for tomorrow yet. I was kind of interested in the metal mail. It must be something for... what's his name? Been in here for so long, I'm forgetting who the other characters were. Ekar, I think? Blue-haired, spiky hair guy. Up to 71 for a few of us. So I guess you can manually sort them. I guess, I don't know. Maybe I knew that at some point and I just kind of forgot about it or spaced it out going through this ancient cave. Well, there's my staircase. And I know Buster Sword isn't anything better at this point. Coal mail, I'm pretty sure we've seen that. I'll check it out though. And I know there was at least one more door back by that dragon in that first room, I think. Yeah, this room had the two doors going up. Okay, that's an item to cure you of confusion. Defense-wise, it's about the same, pretty much the same as the old armor. Gonna connect. Seems like it. Got a couple summoners here. Stronger. Well, it is nice to have that, although I wish I would have had that a long time ago, because it could have saved me using some MP with champion every time that I needed to heal. But by now, I pretty much want to use champion most of the time. And MP is pretty high, and I have enough items that I'm not really too worried about that either. Mega Punch. Yeah, what actually are his abilities now? I guess I didn't think it had changed. I guess he gets Mega Punch instead of Fumi Punch. Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. Because it's a double hit instead of just a single hit. And he's a stronger version now, so yeah. It'd be nice if it did more damage. Hey, nice. Here we get a contribution from the little guy. Oh, summon two of them, huh? And they had to switch out their hits. Otherwise, they could have taken one of them down. Well, that one will be gone now. So not too big of a deal. Seems like after he gets past that point, I can't see where he's at in this room. Oh, actually, this is just that door. Okay, yeah. That's the same guy blocking it, so... Never mind, I don't need to try to make it through there. Just go around this way. Because, yeah, there he is. Okay, this floor's done. As far as I want it to be, at least. We are down to 98, so only one or two more after this one. Well, I don't know. Maybe I could get it done today. The stairs are right there if I want to go down to 99. Okay, just a dragon room there. I wish he would go farther to the right so I could see if there's anything else in this room. I would imagine probably not, but I'd like to know if I can. Come on. Gonna be stubborn, aren't you? Okay. We did see that there's nothing else in there. I see there's a summoner down here. I didn't get in first on him. There are 4 of them, so this could take a little while. Okay, that's good. Ah, another one right away. Okay, still getting lucky. It'd be nice if they give you something special for actually reaching the bottom. I don't know if they do or not. Yeah, maybe they do. I guess I don't know that they don't. Can I coax this guy out of there? I'm not gonna go into that wing there if he's still somewhere in it. Come on, over here. eh? Hey, we got him out of there. Just to find another one blocking my path. And knowing my luck, that guy's going to be moved back into that area when I come back in. Well, there's a treasure over here at least. A Dekar blade. Well, we don't have Dekar. I do believe that was his best weapon, though. At least in the regular game. Maybe there's other stuff in here that's better for him. Okay, that guy didn't come back in, so we're all good. Okay, so this is the final floor. Is this another one of these that is... It's bugged, isn't it? Okay, well, if this is all there was down here, then I'm okay with that, I guess. Never imagined anyone could make it this far. Who are? Wait a minute. Just a blob of jelly, right? Cool. The strongest and oldest of jellies. I control everything in this cave. I'm also the last enemy you meet here. Since you've come this far, show me what you're made of. I guess I don't see why not. Now then, I'll show you my gelatinous gestures. Well, let's increase attack power, I guess. What? Oops. I did those in the wrong order, but it didn't give it to him. Is this one of these where it's just like a scripted fight where I'm not going to lose? Because he hit me and he healed me. I think this is a no-lose. Guess I shouldn't speak too soon, I don't know that. I'm out of here? Okay, so he hits himself and goes away? And does that really just take us out of here? 1 experience and 1 gold. Yay. Power you have. But it's no match for the jelly juggernaut. My friend, perhaps another time. Okay. The treasures... Is there anything else to do down here, or do you have to use that item to get out now? Wish it wasn't bugged like this. Well, I guess I'm assuming that I did it. So let's use the item and get out. Survivors of the cave are people of good fortune. Future glory will be yours. Oh, it's you. You're back safe and sound. Let me return your items to you. You may now return to the city with your head held high. Please leave your items and magic before entering the ancient cave. Yeah. Okay, I didn't know if he'd say anything different. God, yes. Okay. Now we're back to everything I had before, right? Like not what I had in the ancient cave. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, I do still have the iris stuff though. I thought you like left that here as a... I thought you left that there. I thought it was like a... I guess I thought it was like a thing that you left here as a prize. Like a trophy. Oh, maybe it's back here. Okay, well, I am going to consider that done. So I'm just going to go ahead and give a short review here. This will be a little bit longer of an episode then because of that, but we're finally done with Lufia 2. Pretty decent length per game, but then this adds on another like 10 hours. I guess if you wanted to go through and get all of the iris equipment, which I'm assuming you could find one piece of equipment per trip, and maybe there's like 5 items, like it's enough for each equipment slot, basically. Yeah, maybe 6 if they give you a weapon too. I don't know. Yeah, so I would guess maybe you need to make 6 trips through there if you want to get everything. So 60 hours? Yeah, no. Because each subsequent trip, if you're keeping the blue treasure chest items, should be easier, I would guess. Although, if it's random in what you're picking up, I might have gotten fortunate with getting Absorb and Champion, because those really helped me just breeze my way through quite a bit of it without worrying too much. Once I got Rally, that really made it so I wasn't too worried going through anymore. Because otherwise, there were a few early deaths, and that was a thing there, but... yeah, anyway, let's just get into a review of the overall game. If you want to go back in the playthrough, I did actually beat the regular game, so we have all that. I did the ending and everything. So if you missed that, please go ahead and go back and watch that if you want to. I would appreciate it. So first of all, I'm going to touch on some things that I liked about the game, and then we'll touch on a few things that I didn't like the most, or, you know, nitpicks and whatnot. So first of all, just like with Lufia 1, I thought it had a pretty good story overall. I kind of wondered how they were going to deal with the fact that it was a prequel. So from the prologue of Lufia 1, we already kind of knew how this game was going to end up, but they did change up a few things enough to the point where it was still good. I still liked it, and it wasn't like you completely knew what was going to happen. And I can still enjoy a good story even if I know what the ending's going to be. Like some people I know have the habit where they like to, if they get a novel and they're reading it, they like to go to the end and read the last chapter to find out how things turn out before they start reading it. Now, that's not really my way of doing it, but I'm also one that I don't care if I get spoilers or something. I can still enjoy a movie or a show. So that didn't really bother me too much. I still enjoyed the story. Now, another thing that I liked was the fact that they put a lot of puzzles into this game. I wouldn't say that Lufia 1 didn't have any puzzle aspects to it, but that was a big focus of the dungeons in this game, was puzzles. Although, they kind of ran out of that at the end. I don't know if that was just a choice as far as they were just trying to hurry up and finish things, or if they just didn't really feel like those dungeons merited puzzles. I'm not 100% sure on that. by the end, I was getting a little puzzled out, so I'm okay with the fact that it didn't keep puzzles in the final dungeons, like the last towers in the final dungeon. And another thing that I liked was that, yeah, my main gripe with Lufia 1, they basically fixed that, so they must have realized how bad that was, or how much people didn't like it, but they fixed the random encounters. Even on the world map, they weren't as bad in this game, and in the dungeons, they just completely took care of it because they made it so you could see the enemies on the map, and they gave you tools to neutralize them and like paralyze them so you didn't have to fight them if you didn't want to, even if they were in your way. That kind of goes in line with the next topic I had here, as far as positive things, and that was the unique dungeon items you could get, and the way they helped you solve puzzles or just help you navigate. Like you got the arrows, the hammer, the bombs. They just all helped you as far as getting around. And they help you, like, to stun the enemies if you wanted to just move past them without fighting. I did that in a lot of dungeons later on. In the early part of the game, I did stop once I figured out the capsule monster thing. And I did a little bit of grinding to level up my Boomy guy. So because I had done that and I leveled up myself, my characters, a little bit more than I felt like I probably should have been at that point, I just started trying to run away from most of the enemies if I had already fought at least one of them. It was a way to try to keep it balanced and not get things too easy. Overall, this game wasn't that difficult, I don't think, but not a pushover either. Just a pretty well-balanced RPG, I would say. Now we're going to touch on some things that I kind of felt like maybe they could have done better, or things that I just didn't like that much. And it's more a matter of style, especially on the first one I have here on the list. And what we just finished was the Ancient Cave. I'm not so much of a fan of dungeon crawler type RPGs. If you're a fan of that, I can understand why you would have really liked this maybe. And it still had this battle system and everything, and it worked out really well. I liked some aspects of it. Overall, it was just way too much for me. Like 80 or 99 floors, taking at least 10 hours to get through. Yeah, that's not exactly my type of thing, my idea of fun. I enjoyed it enough, but yeah, I mean, part of it was the idea that picking up items and you don't know what you're going to get, so it kind of left that as a way to enjoy it, because it's like, well, am I going to get something in the next treasure chest that really helps me going forward? And that happened a few times, and I enjoyed that. Overall, it was probably just the length of it that started to grind on me a little bit. Even in other games, this seems like post-game stuff that would have been added in as a DLC or something to me, whereas in this game it was just added in as part of it. Other games that have done that, like when they've had remasters or new versions come out, new ports, like I'm thinking of some of the old Final Fantasies, like Final Fantasy VI and Final Fantasy IV, I can think of specifically. Even Final Fantasy I, the optional dungeons that they put in were just kind of like those grind fests where it's just like, oh, it's a level 50 floor dungeon that you got to go through, and that's all it is. Yeah, it doesn't really add any story to it, it's just dungeon crawling. And part of my favorite part of RPGs is usually story, and if they don't really add much to that as far as that, it's not my cup of tea. Not bad by any means necessarily, just, yeah, that's just my thoughts on it, I guess. Leave it at that. Another thing, I had talked about how I like the puzzles and the way they added that in here, but yeah, and I'd said too that I started to get a little puzzled out. I feel like they put in a few too many, and some of them, it's not like they were tough, but especially for doing a playthrough like this where I was trying to record it, I didn't want to be stuck on something for like 10 or 20 minutes. Now, if I was just playing through this for the first time on my own, it's kind of fun to be able to figure those things out eventually, especially there's a satisfaction to figuring something out that had been stumping you. But I feel like that hits a little different when you're trying to do it for a video for other people to watch. Don't want to look like a complete idiot. Although, I suppose it can be fun for people to see you figure something out also that has been eluding you, so there's that. Or it can be frustrating to people that think it's really obvious to see and I'm not seeing it. So, either way. Next thing, the capsule monster mechanic. Not exactly a fan of that. I get that they were trying something different maybe, but I don't really like the way it worked out totally in the end. You did have a variety of them, and maybe if I would have tried a few different ones, it would have been a little different to me. Like, I only used 2 of them ever out of the, 6 or 7 of them total. And in the ancient cave, if you started with one, it felt like you were kind of really locked into that one if you got too far with them, because they would level up, and if you changed out to a different capsule monster, you'd have to start over from level 1, and they'd be way behind the rest of the party at that point, I guess. At least that's how I looked at it, and why I just kept with what I had. I saw some comments saying that there was one of them, like the Holy One, would basically do a healing move on your party, so that would make that one maybe a better one to use. And I can certainly see that, and if I ever play through this game again, I'll probably look into that, try to do that. But I wasn't going on much knowledge of the game, no first-hand knowledge at all, and I just read a few things quickly as far as beginners tips and stuff, so that's all I had gone on to try to get through the game here. So overall, I think they could have been better on the capsule monsters, because I don't mind the fact of having a non-party member that's like berserk in your party that just attacks randomly and you don't control, but I wish we could have also like healed them, because having them non-targetable in the battle screen, I think that was a real miss on something that they could have done a lot better that would have made it work a lot better. But that's just my opinion. I guess some people might feel different. Maybe they think they knocked it out of the park with that idea. So to each his own. The last thing I wanted to touch on was some of the characters in the story. Wasn't a fan of the way they treated some of the characters, or just some of the characters, the way they were written in general. Overall, I said I liked the story. And I remember in Lufia 1, I really liked the dialogue between the characters. I didn't feel like they were as strong on that in this game. Part of it is because 2 main things that stick out in my mind that I wasn't a fan of. He was a main party member and kind of a semi-love interest for Maxim. And then once he met Selen, it's like he just kind of got pushed to the side. Like, I get it, the idea that you could tell from the beginning Maxim didn't really have that kind of interest in Tia, even though Tia seemed to have it in Maxim. And yeah, so can't necessarily say it's his fault that he found somebody that he fell in love with. And it's just, that's just what happens in life sometimes. You don't always share that connection, even though somebody wants it to happen. So I kind of felt sorry for her in that regard, and the fact that she just kind of got pushed out of the story and never really brought into it too much. Like, you could go back and try to talk to her, but yeah, it's just kind of gone. Deckar, he at least made an entrance and came back, because yeah, he got what we thought he might have gotten taken out, but yeah, it really seemed like he was the kind of guy that would get wiped out that easily. And the other ones that I didn't like were the thieves. What were their names? Bertie and Bert and Barty. Yeah, they were just annoying, I thought, and didn't really seem to serve too much purpose other than that initial part where they were there trying to steal the crown. But then they like randomly came back in the game later and they were there. I guess they helped you escape from that one dungeon, right? But yeah, I don't know. Overall, I just didn't like those guys. They were just annoying to me. So overall, I'd still say it's a really good game. Certainly a step up from Lufia 1. And not like that was a really bad game either. It's just that they did what you should do in this type of game. If you're going to make a series, you take the good from the first thing and just build upon it and fix some things and add on some new things. And yeah, from what I understand, Lufia did not continue to go that way as far as the series went. because from what I hear, this is the one that a lot of people are fond of and consider the best in the series. I don't even know how many games there are in the series, like 3 or 4 total. Rise of the Sinistrals, I think, was another one, maybe, for... I don't remember what system that was for. Portable system, I think. Maybe Game Boy Advance or something. I might get to that eventually, but I don't have any plans to do Lufia, another Lufia game, anytime in the near future. So for now, we'll call it good with this one. If I was going to rate this one individually, I'd probably give it around 7.5 to an 8. Pretty good. I'm not going to consider it up there as one of my favorite RPGs ever, but I'd probably crack the top 15 or something. It was pretty good overall. I enjoyed it. I'd probably think more fondly of it if I just had stopped and not gone through the ancient cave. Although, as far as these dungeon crawlers, that wasn't the worst one I've ever faced, so I wouldn't even necessarily say it was that bad. I found moments of enjoyment with it, and overall enjoyed my experience with it. It's just not my favorite type of game. So, what we're going to do in this time slot, starting tomorrow, I had several games in mind that I'm planning on doing in this time slot eventually, and I haven't necessarily decided which one I want to do yet. I might think about it overnight a little bit. But I want to get to Secret of Evermore. I played Secret of Mana already, and Secret of Evermore isn't exactly the same kind of game, but they do borrow some specific types of mechanics from it, most notably like the ring menu system and the action combat type of system. So it's more like an action RPG. Also, I want to, speaking of Mana, I was going to go back and do Final Fantasy Adventure at some point too, which is like the first Mana game that came out for Game Boy. Even though it's Final Fantasy in title, it's actually a Mana series game. Pretty sure it's Final Fantasy Adventure, because I think Final Fantasy Legend, there were 3 of those, and those were ones that were actually part of the Saga series. Those were also for Game Boy. Eventually I'll probably do those too, but I'm going to do the Mana one first. Other than that, it'll probably be one of those two, unless I get a wild hair and just go off on a different route. Either way, I hope to see you tomorrow, and we'll pick up with a new game. And thanks for watching this series, and if you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe or follow. And we'll catch you next time.